Yes. So we are talking about viral STDs. Earlier, two bacterial STDs we talked about. Two bacterial STDs are gonorrhea and syphilis. So viral STDs are HIV and genital warts. Yes. So AIDS is caused by a virus known as HIV, which is human immunodeficiency virus. So this disease can manifest in two major ways. Manifest का मतलब क्या है? Manifest means appear. Okay, if any of the symptoms it appears on the body, then it can be the indications of the HIV also. So the disease can manifest in two major ways. One is malignant tumors in connective tissue. Tumors means, I hope you know, that's a bumpy growth or irregular growth of the cells that leads to a clotting, that leads to a bump of the cells anywhere. It can be inside the body or it can be outside on the skin also. Malignant means two types of tumors are there: benign tumors and malignant tumors. Benigns are not so dangerous, but malignant tumors are deadly dangerous tumors which can lead to death also. So if at any part that tumors can appear on the body, so it can be the indications of the HIV AIDS, but it is a blood infected communicable disease. Means if the patient, if the healthy person will come in contact with the infected patient who is whose blood is infected, so if the person will come in the contact of the infected blood of the patient, then only this disease can be transmitted, otherwise not. Okay, it cannot be like if you do handshake or if you touch the clothes of the HIV infected person, then nothing will happen. Only one has to be cautious about coming in contact with the blood of the infected person. Okay, so and if there is any kind of infections at any system of the body, so this is a serious disease which does not have cure, but it can be you can only prevent it. So one, it can be only prevented. So main symptoms of the disease are damage to brain, unexplained fever, loss of appetite, loss of weight over a short time, chronic diarrhea, cough, night sweats, shortness of breath, and severe weakness. And nerve damage can lead to death also. So this disease can lead to death also. And how is this disease spread? So AIDS is transmitted only by a contact of infected cells containing blood of a patient with the blood of a healthy person. Okay, as I told you, it does not spread by touching the clothes or by handshake. It is infected, it is transmitted when the blood of the healthy person comes in contact with the blood of the infected person. So it is blood contact, blood communicable disease it is. So it can be spread through unprotected sex with an infected person, use of contaminated needles and syringes. Means here is the point that needles, it is always advisable to use fresh, new syringes for getting the injections, because you never know that the needles which are used out, it can be HIV, it can be of the HIV infected person or it cannot be. So to avoid that confusion, it is always advisable, and even the doctors, they always take out a new needles and syringes to inject the person. So use of contaminated needles and syringes can lead to this disease. Then use of contaminated razors also for shaving. Then transfusion of infected blood or blood products can also lead to spread of this disease. Then December 1 is celebrated every year as the World AIDS Day. It's a general information but can come for 1 mark also. So December 1 is celebrated every year as the World AIDS Day to spread information about AIDS among the public. The last viral disease is genital warts. So genital warts में क्या होता है? A small bump or soft growths on the genitals. Okay, on the genitals there's a small bump or soft growth, means a growth which is very soft. It can be pressed also. So irregular growth of cells and small bump can appear on the genitals, and this is caused by the virus that is known as human papilloma virus, HPV. Okay, AIDS was caused by HIV And genital warts is caused by the virus named human papilloma virus. This is important. You have to learn the names of the viruses. And virus is a, you can say it is a thing which has different strains. Virus के अलग अलग strains होते हैं, कुछ harmful होते हैं, कुछ they are not so harmful. So low risk strains, when I say low risk strains, means I am talking about the strains of viruses which are not so deadly, which are not so harmful. ठीक है, जैसे ह्यूमंस में भी डिफरेंट टाइप्स के होते हैं, हमारे में अलग अलग क्वालिटीज होती हैं, कईयों का इम्यून सिस्टम वीक होता है, कईयों का बहुत स्ट्रांग होता है. सो सेम थिंग हैपेंस विद द वायरसेस आल्सो. सो वायरस आल्सो हैव डिफरेंट स्ट्रेन्स. जो लो रिस्क स्ट्रेन्स होते हैं वायरस के, वो इतनी ज्यादा डेडली डिजीज कॉज नहीं करते हैं. दे अफेक्ट बट नॉट सो बैडली. बट इफ यू टॉक अबाउट हाई रिस्क स्ट्रेन्स ऑफ द वायरसेस, दैट कैन कॉज कैंसर आल्सो. So this virus, human papilloma virus, it has different strains. So low risk strains of HPV cause genital warts. ठीक है, जो low risk strain है human papilloma virus का, that cause the genital warts. But if the person gets infected with high risk strains of this virus, that can cause cancer also. Means that a bump, that soft growths which are there, if they are uncured, if they are left untreated, that can lead to the severe cases and it can lead to death also. So symptoms are small bump on the genitals, itching, burning, bleeding or discomfort in genital area. So it can be treated, it can be cured if it is diagnosed at an early stages. Clear? So these were the diseases. So sexually transmitted diseases, we have studied bacterial diseases and viral diseases. Bacterial diseases में दो हैं, gonorrhea and syphilis, and viral diseases, AIDS and genital warts. Clear? Now there's one thing. So as you know that we have studied male reproductive system, हमने पढ़ा था. So male reproductive system में we talked about testes. So we talked about that there are two functions of testes. Testes के दो functions हैं. What are the functions? First is the production of the male sex hormone, that is testosterone, and other is the production of the sperms. Clear? If you remember, so little go back into the memory and take out that male reproductive system. So male reproductive system, in that we studied that testes are the formation, are the sites of the formation of sperms and male sex hormones. So now we have to little bit in detail, let's do the structure of testes. So what is there inside the testes and the functions that we have studied. जो हमने दो functions पढ़े हैं, वो testes के अंदर कौन से cells में वो function हो रहे हैं. So this I'm telling you because I've seen the questions coming from this part, Sertoli cells or Leydig cells. Okay, now what are these cells? Let us understand. So if you take the section of the testes, so what will you will see that inside what are present? Inside the testes, there are coiled structures known as seminiferous tubules. Listen to it very carefully. बहुत ध्यान से सुनो. So testes have a coiled structures inside which are known as seminiferous tubules. You can see here pyramids like structures are there. Okay, and these lobules, इनको lobules बोलते हैं. 1, 2, 3, 4. So हर एक lobule में at least 1 to 4 seminiferous tubules will be present. And if you talk about whole testes, one whole testis can contain up to 900 seminiferous tubules. Okay, but just look at the structure. So what is there inside the testes? Inside the testes, there are structures, there are coiled structures known as seminiferous tubules. Okay, so seminiferous tubules के अंदर क्या है? Now, if you take the vertical section of the seminiferous tubules, you will see that inside the seminiferous tubules there are two types of cells. दो टाइप के सेल्स होते हैं seminiferous tubules में, that are known as germ cells. You already know germ cells तो पता ही है, and other are Sertoli cells. ठीक है, germ cells क्या करते हैं? You know that we in the body we have two types of cells, germ cells and somatic cells. So germ cells are the only cells which are found in the reproductive parts, and Sertoli cells are somatic cells, normal somatic cells, but they are found inside the testes, inside the seminiferous tubules. Clear? Now let me read this one. So seminiferous tubules are located within the testes and are the specific location of meiosis. So as I've told you that meiosis is the process in which the chromosome numbers becomes half, and this is happening in the germ cells. So germ cells में क्या हो रहा है? First germ cells are diploid. Okay, initially germ cells diploid hote hain, that means they contain 46 chromosomes, but when they undergo meiosis, jab unme meiosis hoti hai, so the end product is the sperm cell. So sperm cell is being formed from the germ cells. Germ cells initially 46 chromosomes hote hain usme, and in the last when sperm cell is formed, that means it contains half the chromosomes, because when the fertilized zygote will be there, so it will be half from the male gamete and half will come from the female gamete. So that process of meiosis is taking place inside the seminiferous tubules, and the creation of the male gamete, that is sperm, and it is also known as spermatozoa. Clear? So seminiferous tubules में क्या हो रहा है? Seminiferous tubules are the specific location of meiosis where the germ cells are getting converted into sperm cells and creation of male gametes, that is spermatozoa. And the epithelium of the tubule, I told you what is present inside the seminiferous tubules, Sertoli cells. The epithelium of the tubule consists of a type of cells known as Sertoli cells which line the tubules. So when you will see the vertical section of the seminiferous tubule, you will see that Sertoli cells are present inside the seminiferous tubules and Leydig cells are present outside the seminiferous tubules. ओके, सो सर्टोलाइज सेल्स का क्या फंक्शन है? सो दो टाइप के सेल्स सेमिनिफेरस ट्यूब्यूल्स में होते हैं, germ cells and Sertoli cells. We are not talking about Leydig cells. Leydig cells थोड़े different है. Leydig cells, it is outside the seminiferous tubules, means interstitial spaces होती हैं जो दो seminiferous tubules के बीच में, there they lie. Leydig cells outside the seminiferous tubules. If you talk that which cells are present inside the seminiferous tubules, then your answer will be germ cells and the Sertoli cells. So germ cells का क्या function है? It is converting to it is undergoing meiosis and it is converting to sperm cells. So seminiferous tubules are the site of spermatogenesis. Spermatogenesis is the process जिसमें sperm cells बन रहे हैं. Germ cells are making sperm cells. So where germ cells develop into spermatozoa. Spermatozoa is nothing, only it is a sperm cell in close contraction with Sertoli cells. Okay, in close contraction with Sertoli cells, what do you mean by that? Sertoli cells क्या होते हैं? These are supporting cells. These are nurse cells. Nurse का काम क्या होता है? To provide nourishment. Okay, nurse का, if you talk about what is the role of the nurse, it is to serve the patient. So same thing these Sertoli cells are doing. So when the process of spermatogenesis is going on, जब germ cells जो हैं वो sperm cells में convert हो रहे हैं, तब जो nourishment चाहिए होती है cells को, that is provided by the Sertoli cells. So in simple words, Sertoli cells, they provide nourishment to the developing sperms. I hope you're getting me. I hope it's clear to you. Again, I'm repeating. Testes में क्या होता है? That are called structures, coil-like structures called seminiferous tubules are present inside the testes. And inside the seminiferous tubules, two types of cells are present, namely germ cells and Sertoli cells. Germ cells are being converted into sperm cells, and in between that process, Sertoli cells, they act as nurse cells जो developing sperms को nourishment provide करते हैं. I hope you know now what is the function of Sertoli cells and where are they present. So Sertoli cells are present inside the seminiferous tubules. Seminiferous tubules कहाँ पे present है? Inside the testes. So Sertoli cells का क्या function है? They act as nurse cells and they provide nourishment to the developing sperms. I hope it's clear. So now if you take the VS, now see what is this structure. This is the vertical section of the seminiferous tubules. Vertical section लिया. Now see, एक lobule में I told you 1 to 4 seminiferous tubules are there. So 4 seminiferous tubules are there. Now if you will take vertical section, a very small section of one seminiferous tubules, and you observe it under microscope, then you will come to know. So this is the lining. This is the lining of the seminiferous tubule, and this is the space between two seminiferous tubules जिसको हम बोलते हैं interstitial tissues. ठीक है? The space between two seminiferous tubules are known as interstitial tissue spaces. And seminiferous tubule का अगर छोटा सा section, if you observe it under microscope, then you will come to know, then you can see the Sertoli cells and the Leydig cells. ठीक है, सी. So this is the inside part of the seminiferous tubules and this is the outside part, that is interstitial spaces. So Sertoli cells कहाँ पे present है? Sertoli cells are present inside the seminiferous tubules and Leydig cells are present outside, just adjacent to the outer lining of the seminiferous tubules. Now you have understood that two types, germ cells are already there, germ cells तो पहले भी बताया था. So germ cells are already there which are converting into sperm cells and Sertoli cells are providing nourishment to the developing sperms. So these two cells, Sertoli cells and germ cells, are present inside the seminiferous tubules. Now what are the functions of these Leydig cells? अब ये Leydig cells का क्या functions है? So you know, so two functions we have studied, testis के दो functions हमने पढ़े हैं. First function was to produce the sperms, production of sperms. So that I already told you. वो कौन कर रहा है? That is done by the germ cells. So germ cells are undergoing meiosis and they are forming sperm cells. Fine. And Sertoli cells provide nourishment to the developing the sperms. Now the other function, दूसरा function कौन सा था testis का? To produce the male sex hormone. Now that function is done by the Leydig cells. Clear? So that function to produce the male sex hormone, that is testosterone, is done by the Leydig cells. And now here there is one more hormone which is produced by the Leydig cells. एक और hormone होता है जो produce करते हैं Leydig cells, that is called androgen. So till now I told you that one male sex hormone is produced inside the testis. So now I'm telling you that Leydig cells जो होते हैं, they are producing two male sex hormones. One is testosterone that you already know, and other one is androgen. 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 Now what is the function of this androgen? Androgen का function ये है, it is responsible to develop the secondary sexual characters in males. Secondary sexual characters, I think in the beginning we have done primary sexual characters and secondary sexual characters. So secondary sexual characters which appears at the age of puberty. Puberty में that heaviness of the voice in males, then growth of pubic hair. So that all happens because of this hormone, that is androgen. So secondary sexual characters are developed because of androgen production by the Leydig cells in the testes. Clear? So I hope this is clear. I am again summarizing all the things which I have told you. So Sertoli cells, what are Sertoli cells? First of all, again I'm telling you that testes are the structures which are present in the pelvic region. Okay, so inside the testes, what is present? Testes के अंदर होते हैं seminiferous tubules. They are highly coiled structures. Seminiferous tubules में दो types के cells होते हैं, Sertoli cells and the germ cells. Germ cells are responsible for the production of sperms, and Sertoli cells, they are providing nourishment. They are known as nurse cells. So they are providing nourishment to the development of the sperms. And one more types of cell is present, that is Leydig cells, which are present outside the seminiferous tubules in the interstitial spaces. ठीक है, टेस्टिस के अंदर ही है बट नॉट इनसाइड द सेमिनिफेरस ट्यूब्यूल्स. सेमिनिफेरस ट्यूब्यूल्स में दो टाइप्स ऑफ सेल्स ही हैं, दैट इज जर्म सेल्स एंड सर्टुलाई सेल्स. एंड लेडिक सेल्स का क्या फंक्शन है? टू प्रोड्यूस two hormones, testosterone and one more I told you, that is androgen. So Sertoli cells, supporting cell or nerve cell, present inside the epithelial lining of the seminiferous tubules, and they provide nourishment to the developing sperm. And Leydig cells, it produces two male sex hormones, that is testosterone and androgen. So androgen is responsible for the development of the secondary sexual characters that comes in both male and female. And you know that testosterone is male specific hormone. कि testosterone जो होता है, it is only present in males, and equivalent of that in females are estrogen and progesterone. But this hormone androgen, it is produced in both males and females. ठीक है, it is produced in both, it is present in both males and females, and the function is also same. Function is in males, androgen is responsible for the development of secondary sexual characteristics in males, and same in females also, it is responsible for the development of secondary sexual characters, and it is produced in the ovaries in females. Okay, So this is the common hormone in both, but testosterone in males and estrogen and progesterone in females. So this I wanted to tell you. So with this we have come to the completion of the chapter. So let's just revise the question answers now. Let us check how much have you understood from the chapter. So come on page number 140. Page 140, back exercises of NCERT. Now you will tell me the answers. Let me check you now. How much have you understood from the chapter? So first question is, how is the process of pollination different from fertilization? You have to raise your hands. Who can tell me the answer? Yes, how is the process of pollination different from fertilization? It is very simple. Yes, Krish.
Ma'am, in the process of pollination, the pollen grain is carried from the male reproductive part, that is stamen, to pistil, where it
Stigma.
gets attached with the stigma.
Transfer of pollen grains from,
Anther to stigma.
yes, from anther to stigma, simply. And what is
Stigma.
fertilization?
When fertilization is a process in which, when the fertilization is a process in which the male and female gametes
Fusion.
combine to form zygote.
Simply say fusion of male and female gamete to form the zygote. Okay. And only one point. Pollination occurs in plants, but fertilization occurs in
Both plants and animals.
both plants and animals. Okay. Second question is, what is the role of seminal vesicles and the prostate gland? क्या functions है seminal vesicles or prostate gland के? Yes, who can tell me? Anybody else who can tell the answer? Yes, you have understood everything. Okay, Gurnoor. Yes, Gurnoor.
Ma'am.
Nitin sir, please unmute Gurnoor.
I have unmuted Gurnoor, ma'am.
These are going. Gurnoor, you have to unmute. Okay, Disha. Okay, yes. Gurnoor, yes. Tell. Gurnoor, tell what is the function of seminal vesicles and prostate glands?
It provides motility to sperm and provides nourishment also.
Yes, motility and nourishment. So you can say that they pour their secretions. Okay, pour their secretions means they add their secretions to the sperm. So sperms which are coming from the testes and the secretions are added from the seminal vesicles and from the prostate glands, and this makes the transportation of the sperms easier, and it also provides nourishment. And what is there, that fluid which is poured, that is secreted, that is called semen. So what is the composition of semen? What does it contain? So semen contains calcium ions, fructose, and some enzymes are present. Okay, you can note it down that it contains calcium ions, fructose, and some enzymes are present for the activation of the sperms. Clear? Then what are the changes seen in girls at the time of puberty? This is clearly given in the book, that breast size increases, darkening of skin, girls begin to menstruate. Okay. Then how does the embryo get nourishment inside the mother's body? Very important question it is. How does the embryo get nourishment inside the mother's body? I told you there's one intimate connection between the fetus and the mother's blood. Yes, Harnoor.
Yes,
Harnoor?
ma'am.
Yes, Harnoor.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, the embryo gets nourishment from the mother's blood through the placentia cells, which structure, which is connected with mother's blood.
It is not placentia, it is placenta. Placenta.
वो pronunciation नहीं आती.
Yes, yes. Placenta, it is very simple. Placenta. So
Yes.
special tissue called placenta is present. It is a disc-like structure which is present and it connects the fetus to the mother's blood. And very importantly, you have to mention that it contains villi. It contains villi on the embryo side of the tissue, and on the mother side, blood spaces are there. And for the nutrition purpose, glucose is absorbed from the mother's blood and transported to the fetus. And for the respiration purpose, oxygen is absorbed from the mother's blood and transported to the fetus. And for the excretion part also, so waste is removed from the fetus via placenta. Clear? Now, next question is, if a woman is using a copper tea, will it help in protecting her from sexually transmitted diseases? If a woman is using copper tea, will it help in protecting her from STDs? Can you relate? Who can tell me the answer? Okay, Krish.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, when if a woman is using copper tea, then she will be protected from sexually transmitted diseases, as the sperm will not reach the cervix. Sorry, uterus.
What is copper tea actually?
Ma'am, the copper tea is a type of barrier
Copper tea is a device
which is
that is used to prevent fertilization only.
fertilization.
Okay. Okay, let me take from Jadip. Yes, Jadip. Yes, Nitin sir, please unmute Jadip.
It prevents direct contact, which prevents them from diseases like AIDS.
No, बच्चे, you're not understanding. Copper tea तो एक device है that will only prevent fertilization. वो sperm को enter करने से थोड़ी means it is not that it will not protect from the